please watch. I guess you should preface this by please watch episodes 1 through 3 before listening to this.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
And go back.
Spoilers, no holds back.
If you listen to this, like go watch episode 1 through 3 and then listen to this discussion. Yeah, Terra Formars.
So everybody's first thought on the anime so far, 3 episodes in.
It's pretty good. It's very good
Is
sci-fi.
it 3? I thought it was 4.
We're on 3, man.
Yeah, we just finished 3.
Fuck, so much has happened.
Yeah.
I told
So
you,
much has
it
happened.
It has
not
all. It
hold
ticks,
your hand.
It ticks
It
all the
does not
checks
hold
of
your
good
hand.
sci-fi horror too, like Alien or Predator and all those movies. It's like it's up there. I think it's actually pretty good. But yeah, real quick, like I was saying before, because it's fresh in my mind, they had all this time to think these thoughts of, don't worry, she'll be fine, say the medicine, like think that's all in their head, and then just let her die. It's like, what are you doing? You could have helped her out. Like, trip the damn thing or something.
Well, because I know what happens, all of the questions you have right now built up, it will actually explain in the next one.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I meant, like, with this anime, it moves really fast paced. It doesn't explain how or what happens, but it always reveals little bits of things that they gather going along. And they always do, like, small little flashbacks as well to, like, tell you the story, but it's like, like, here are the characters, they're going to Mars, they're on Mars, and it's just like, go, go, go. And that's why...
Should we go back to the beginning, start the discussion now, though?
Yeah, sure.
I'm wondering, it's kind of interesting how, like, the concept of the cockroaches is fine because to them, humans are just kind of invading pests, so they're killing them.
Should we give the premise of the show?
Yeah,
We're gonna
sure.
just... Yeah.
Well, I think the synopsis I read the synopsis of the show before I started watching it on, like, Anime News or something, but it was like, humans... I don't know, why are they even trying to go to Mars? Do you know the primary motivation for going to Mars? Is, like,
Yes.
the Earth, like, running out of resources or something?
Yes. So basically, they're in the year, I believe,
25 something?
2062 right now. And what was happening is that the world is getting overpopulated. And they already know that we're going to run out of resources because of the increase in population. And that Earth is going to be drained really soon if they don't have a plan. So basically, 500 years ago, they made a plan of thinking about Mars. And the problem with the Mars is that it's a very, very cold planet because it doesn't get a lot of heat from the sun. So their plan and the concept behind it was that
Just kind of true, but...
to warm up the planet, they have to warm up Mars somehow so that people can actually live on Mars. And their mindset was that if they brought algae or 2 specific type of organisms there that could constantly reproduce, then the planet will eventually warm up, absorbing more sunlight and so forth. Then, like, people can actually attempt to think about, like, maybe moving there or living there.
Yeah,
a lot
so
of science, but whatever.
That's where the name. That's where the
Whatever.
name
Yeah,
terraforming is a concept of what people were doing on the moon. Like, moon bases was terraforming the moon for human habitation, and then they just did a clever wordplay on the title.
Yeah. So no, they even called it terraforming the Mars.
Yeah, that's the term for any like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little bit confused. It was like, this is called Terra Formars, and the first episode was like, why is a man fighting a bear? I was like, what is going on here? Like, how does him punching a bear in the face is going to help create basically like planets where they have a livable ecosystem for human beings?
That is true too. Like, what's causing these genetic mutations in humans where they can like go Hulk basically too?
Well, I mean that's ultimately like that's why you're gonna watch the show.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to explain that
it's
too.
It's still a little bit hidden because you haven't actually seen anybody transform or do anything yet. You only saw glimpses and bits of it. And plus because, like I said, you watched the intro, so it kind of gave it away a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But the next few episodes, they start explaining the concept behind it and everything, and exactly what happened 46 years ago and 20 years ago when the first 2 ships went.
My guess,
Bug 1 and Bug 2.
My guess,
Bug 2.
to quote a meme, watch me in the Skype. Aliens. Yeah? Aliens. That's what I'm guessing. I mean, that's all they have to say. It's an anime. It's fucking buck wild. It reminds me of Attack on Titan.
Well, everything so far isn't too fantastical. Some of it is like pretty ridiculous, but it's like everything has like kind of it's not completely out of left.
You enjoyed that the spacecraft had gravity.
It had artificial gravity using centrifugal motion, which is actually a thing.
Yeah,
That is a real thing. So I was like, that's good.
for everyone who doesn't know, Austin studied to be a rocket scientist.
I
Or something along those lines?
Failed rocket scientist, but
Closer than any of us. So.
He wants to work for you, NASA.
I don't.
Yeah,
I do.
UNASA.
I want a UNASA badge. Be like, look at my badge. Listen to what I say, but
But I agree on that part. I agree that the anime has a lot of areas that is just skipping through really fast, and like you just question a lot of things. But I feel the real excitement is that it slowly like unveils itself as you watch along. Like
it could be
you know,
really good
'cause-
payoff soon.
yeah, because I mean a lot of traditional shows and anime and such, like either they spend the very front beginning explaining a lot of things, or like
Dump words on you.
yeah, they always dump it in packs, and it's just like, oh, you have some episodes you like, and you have some episodes you don't like, you know. But I feel like with Terra Formars, they give you bits and bits in every episode, like a lot of suspense in one episode, and a little bit of history, and like information. So it's just it knows how to drag it on, but it also doesn't hold your hand, so like it just skips through stuff really fast.
Also, that needs to be trending. Spine sword. Hashtag spine sword.
Hashtag spine sword.
We need to do that like as a cosplay. We need to find like a bodybuilder and paint him to look like a cockroach, and then he'll just be holding like a fake head with a spine.
Yes. That AX 2015. Get it done. It's pretty much the Doug Trio outfit, but with a different head.
Yeah,
It's pretty much what it is.
that is what it is. It's just like
Yeah.
fucking.
We're definitely gonna see some next year. I think this would be great. Yeah.
I hope
think it'd
so.
be cool. But
I think the biggest part about that was that they showed you an X-ray of the guy.
Yeah, they
And
went
you
Mortal
just
Kombat on
see
you.
His spine getting ripped out of his body.
Yeah, you see like
the thing was like that's like it's because you have ribs. Like
yeah, you have ribs too.
You have all these other bones attached to it. Even if you're incredibly strong, you have to be incredibly like you have to individually crack those bones before you can
That's
bring
why
it out. Like
it's
it wouldn't. Yeah.
impossible, but it's
Yeah.
awesome.
But it's
They're just
awesome
like,
at the
fuck it,
same-
It's awesome.
The way I explain it, Mars gravity. Mars gravity different than
They're
Earth
in
gravity.
space Still.
Oh yeah, space gravity. Obviously, like it's just different. It's just different physics out there. That and anime awesome.
You still can't cleanly decapitate.
Have you ever been in space, Austin? I don't think so. You don't know.
Physics are the same in space as on Earth.
You ever been in space and fought a giant space alien cockroach? No,
I'm
you
pretty
haven't.
sure if you took a human spine and tried to cut off another guy's head with it, it wouldn't work. You
On
could
Earth.
attach it.
On Earth, but in
I
space,
think
Your
if-
concept of physics is killing me.
I think if you're really
being
strong,
I
like
know.
if you're really strong and you can swing things really fast, then it's just showing that.
Well, no, the struggle. Like, you could take a dull metal blade and you wouldn't
Yeah.
cleanly decapitate. You would just snap the neck, and it'd be really messy and like.
no. If you moved it at, if you move it at a quick enough speed, you could decapitate a person cleanly.
Yeah, what
For-
you don't
let's say-
understand, what you haven't seen yet is that these cockroaches beat like the limits of human by tenfold. And it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah,
You
maybe
remember?
Oh, I know, I
That,
get that.
that
I get
cockroach
that.
was fast enough to get to that girl before she could pull a trigger. Like if you think about it, if you can travel as fast as a bullet, obviously you can cut something in half.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I just think if you did that, the spine would shatter. Before
yeah,
you
that's what
cut-
I was arguing.
Like
was
you get
have
half.
ribs.
I could say you get halfway through, and then we hit the others. Like we get spine on spine, then they would both just shatter, and you wouldn't just like sing right through like a sword.
Oh yeah, I guess that's
It
true.
was just like the thing.
you need something hard enough because even if a bullet hits like if it hits a bone, it like shatters.
Yeah, and it's like he's not swinging a piece of metal; he's swinging human bone, which is very brittle.
Yeah.
So it would just shatter, but it's still awesome. Like I'm not saying it's a cool idea because some guy wrote that scene like this is an awesome idea.
Yeah, I mean, like, in Breaking Bad, they did the test where, like, you can't actually dissolve a human body with hydrochloric acid, but it's cool. It's cool. It was a cool idea, and it was a good plot device.
You see, it's based on like things, but it's like It's cool. I like
And
it.
this just went like, fuck science. Like, we're gonna argue, oh, you can't cut another person's head off with another person's spine, but we're not gonna argue that you can put a cockroach on Mars and it grows into a 7-foot tall humanoid as fast as the speed of sound. Like, we're not gonna argue that.
That's what kind of got me weird, because I was thinking, if a cockroach evolved, it would keep the 6 arms, because 6 arms is more efficient. It wouldn't be like a human, but I'm like, whatever, just to make it creepier.
Yeah, but
Which
we're
that.
not gonna argue that.
It kind of gives you a little bit tips and bits.
About their
as you
evolution?
see more.
Yeah,
because,
I'm sure they're gonna explain some of the humanoid evolution and why they have intelligence.
No, actually, they don't explain it. It's just all based on my own assumptions. But you see more, because they're gonna start explaining and showing more about what happened to the bug 1 and bug 2.
Mm-hmm.
And because I guess the whole concept behind it is that they left all these cockroaches on Mars, and because these cockroaches are going through like such ridiculous terrain and environment based that it's like their evolution is that they're just adapting to whatever they see. And if you want to go from my speculation, I think it's because they only took on the human form, having like, the arms and legs, and not having 6 arms, is because they copied bug 1.
That quickly in 46 years?
Huh?
Because they had 500 years first,
Yeah.
which is enough time to evolve, but in 46 years they can do that?
Yeah.
That's like I can go with that, actually. That's fine with that. But the thing I do find weird is before that, they are evolving. If we're going that, let's actually you actually kind of explained my other question, Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Was before I'm assuming the algae is creating this virus that's killing all humans with 100% mortality rate. I'm thinking, how would you evolve something that's so good at killing humans when you've never encountered a human in your environment before? But you said, since bug 1 happened, the algae could have evolved in a specific way to create a virus to kill humans specifically, since bug 1 introduced the human genetics into it.
Like, I think from everything that I've accumulated up till now, they just really gave the evolution of cockroaches an extreme height. Like, they were just so fucking smart. Like, they learned how to figure out everything right away.
Well, we saw that one, like, Buddha cockroach learning, like, taking apart a gun.
Yes.
So soon the cockroaches are all gonna have guns, which is terrifying.
Yes, because that's left over from whatever happened before. Like, they had all those years, the first 46 years and then 20 years, to take all of the stuff that they left there or they killed there or whatever to
reverse
adapt
engineer
into
all
them.
of it,
So,
yeah.
Basically.
And pyramids.
Yeah, and
The
pyramids.
only-
I don't know how the
is
fuck they
this-
made pyramids.
Is this the same people who did Gaunt's? I feel like I'm really hung up on Gaunt's because, like, when I saw the art style, when I saw like the amount of like people that were coming here and like what they were going against, I was like, oh no, I've seen this before. Like, I get the same feeling that I get from when I got Gaunt's, and the thing is that since I've seen Gaunt's, I already know that I can't treat these people like people. Like, I have to disconnect myself.
You can't get attached to
I
because you're just
have
gonna
to
lose them.
emotionally disconnect myself from these people. He was just like, oh, they're having a charming moment playing baseball. Oh, no, don't you fall for this, Nathan. It was like, they're trying to make them seem like
I've been
lovable
hurt before.
human beings.
I won't get hurt again.
They're trying to make them seem like, like trying to get you emotionally attached to these characters, trying to make you bond to them so that you love them, so that they crush your heart, like, even harder.
They are not by the same creators.
Okay,
I was
cool.
emotionally attached to Positive Boobs. Now I'm sad.
Yeah, like, it was that kind of moment. There was like, oh, you show a sexy, like, Russian girl in the shower, and
you
she's like,
stared at her boobs.
and you
for a
stared at
good
her
10
boobs.
seconds.
Like, is there any deeper emotional connection for an adolescent boy than to stare at a large-breasted woman? Like, you instantly feel connected on a spiritual level.
And then she gets her head ripped off.
And then she gets her head ripped off, and like, you and me had the same reaction at the same time, like, oh no, boobs! Like, we lost boobs.
Dude, he
Like,
also he didn't just
Really, we
toss
had-
her head.
really-
He spun it as he tossed it like a basketball. It's like whoop.
oh,
Get out of here.
spun it like a football player who made a catch and is just like spitting it on like spikes it on the ground.
It's
like, that's his
fuck you.
celebration. Yeah, so So, like, what's even sad is just like, we saw that lady for 30 seconds. Like, we just had 30 seconds with her, and then they killed her off. Like, I think we had maybe like a minute of screen time with her, just like, oh, I'm sexy, I have boobs, and then it was like,
And
oh.
the only thing you know about her is that she has ginormous sexy boobs and that she's supposed to be the number one at shooting something.
Yeah, but the moment they were like, have no fear, she's the best at shooting, I was like, this bitch is dead. This bitch is anytime anybody ever like monologues about like
their skills,
about how great, like, this guy's the number one at this, he's our top fighter, and then they have to say that shit, and then they demonstrate, and then they have to demonstrate that the other power is just so much greater. It's a constant trope. No, it's almost like a sacrificial red shirt, like in Thor 2 in the very beginning, like when he fights the giant rock monster, he's just like, oh, this guy is our best champion, and he's like the greatest, he's defeated everyone, and then like he hits one guy away, and then Thor defeats him in one hit. Like, it shows how powerful like this guy is, and that was very much like that kind of moment. It's like, oh, this bitch is dead. I really like that, cause it stays away from some of the tropes. It was like, we know shit's gonna happen. Like, we know shit was gonna happen, and then, like, they weren't even on the fucking planet when shit hit the fan. Which I thought was, like, a really fun thing, and very unexpected, because we've seen so much, like, I've seen Gauntz, I've seen Attack on Titan, and you watch shows like Walking Dead, and
anything
just, like,
with Urobuchi, too, is, like, everyone dies.
What? What's Urobuchi?
He's a writer, everything he does dies.
What else has he done?
He does Psychopaths, he did Madoka Magica, he did a couple visual novels, which are like the most depressing shit ever.
And, I think I remember you telling us about this before.
Yeah, and he did Fate Zero. He wrote Fate Zero. Mm-hmm. And Fate Zero is not a happy ending.
So that's why that was like my first hints when I told you guys to watch this, is that it literally, to me, it feels like you cram one entire season of Game of Thrones in an episode. It's just like, oh, here's a character, boom, you automatically have to like them because they're gonna die in the next 2 minutes. Like, that's it, boom, they're dead.
Oberyn Martell, like, so sad. Wear a helmet.
No. But that's why I feel like it keeps bringing you back, because, like, you honestly don't know what's gonna happen, and you don't have to wait that long to figure it out. So,
I think this is how the show's going. Everyone human is like Oberyn Martell, and every cockroach is the Mountain. Because heads get exploded all the time. The heads get smashed all day.
Just getting crushed all day. I have a theory that, like, that dude, he lost his arm so, like, nonchalantly.
Yeah.
And it's really fun watching this anime with Austin, who doesn't watch as much anime, because it's like, there's so many tropes that, like, Austin, you commented that, like, oh, she's so calm, she's so stoic in the way that she, like, just catches the cockroach or whatever and kills it. I was like, that's like every cool character in anime ever. It's just, there's shit flying around everywhere, like, shit is going down, and it's the one cool guy, it's the fucking Sasuke of the event, and it's like, I got this. And then just, like, fucking does whatever he does, and then he, like, poses, and then the guy behind him, like, falls down. Like,
well, not even that, just, like, how coolly observational they are too. Like, they're not doing anything cool, but something crazy happens, and you're just like, huh, look at that. That reaction made me laugh.
Yeah, it's that juxtaposition that makes cool characters cool. I mean, cool characters are cool under all circumstances. That's
the thing now. I don't want the American to die. Because 1, she's American, 2, she's awesome, and 3, she has cool glasses.
4, say it.
Boobs.
5, she's gonna die.
Fuck. She get a lot of screen time for someone who's... Which, at this point, if you get a lot of screen time, either you're not gonna die, or you're gonna die awesome.
So far, it's if you get the less screen time that you get, the more likely that you're gonna die. But I have a feeling that...
Honestly, don't trust anything.
Yeah.
Well, those deaths are more shock factor.
One is safe.
If you kill someone, like, with a lot of screen time, it's more emotional, or just...
Let me recap this, because I watched it and I was reading the manga today. Remember I told you the first 6 chapters are volume 1, and it tells you about Bug 2? It's 6 chapters. There's only so many pages in 6 chapters. and you already know that was 15 people that was on Bug 2, and only
And
2
then
people
two-
made it back. 6 chapters of love and death and hate. And
So it's
out of
at least
what the
2.5
fuck is
people
going
per episode have to die.
on? And it's just like, oh my god, what is happening right now?
It's just like, everybody's fucked. Everybody is so fucked.
I'm guessing
But-
too with Bug 2 is like there's pre-existing relationships within the crew, so you're just gonna see like relationships and shit torn apart.
Yeah,
in
obviously,
manga.
I feel like with a condensed season, how many manga chapters are there total right now?
90 something.
90 something. Okay, so
Yes.
kind of Attack on Titan, like Attack on Titan's what, at like 130 something or around there, like the 150s,
Yeah.
like somewhere around there. And so, that's kind of interesting. But I think with this, I think they made the smart decision because just anime, like, you don't have time. Like, you don't have time to explain the first, like, what is it, 20 odd years or whatever, like, before that. And also, if you do this, like, while you're catching up, you can do, like, the prequel. Like, what happens to Bug 2. Which, like, I'm already like, fuck this. Like, I'm down to watch, like, what happened to Bug 2.
Terra Formars, the beginning.
I'm down to see what happened in Bug 1 and just watch
I have
everybody get wiped out.
I don't know anything about Bug 1 at all. Like, still at this point, I have no
That
idea.
could be really good prequel,
Well,
like you said, Nathan, because you know they're gonna die, but that lets you really build up the character development and make
Nope.
you like them, even
You'll
though
see
you know
it.
they die.
You'll see it in episode 5 and 6.
No,
exactly.
dude, like, this is gonna happen. Like, this is all, like, I've seen this formula. You build it up. This is, like, they make you, like, love, like
character.
Oberyn Martell, the Viper's like, oh, he's so charming. And he has, like, a great sense of righteousness. And he's, like, such a good fighter. It's like, I'm starting to like him. And then you see, like, George R.R. Martin who's like, it would be a terrible thing if something were to happen to him. You know, like that type of event. But I'm really excited I want to see the powers.
Yes.
Yeah, they still haven't even transformed yet.
Yes.
Which is like
The next
we-
episode is it.
We watched a little
4 and
bit, and
6.
they've injected a little bit of the stuff into them, and I think it's nice because it's just like, oh well, they aren't going to be super powered, like they have a limited amount of that superpower. It's just going to go down, but I think for me, I need to kind of bond with these characters a little bit more because right now I'm in Gaunt's mode. I've seen Gaunt's, and then for all you haven't seen Gaunt's, I don't want to spoil it, but a lot of people die in that one, so I'm just like, I can't. Like, I can't
right
love.
now.
I can't love you. You're gonna make me shoot my own puppy in the face, like in the next like 5 episodes. I know you're gonna do it to me. I'm fucking not falling for it again. But it's a lot of fun. It's
So,
a shit ton of
who's
fun.
the one character you think won't die? The one.
Akira,
Who's
Akira?
the bear fighting guy.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree.
Come on, guys. It showed you in episode 1 that he's not gonna die.
I am terrible with anime names. I told Nathan this. I identify them by like their visual traits.
Yeah, long bangs guy.
Adolf. I remember Adolf.
Adolf. I think Adolf's gonna be around for a while, and obviously the Chinese guy is gonna be around for a while.
Honestly, I don't
I
think
don't-
any of them are gonna stay around at all.
Even Akira?
I think
No, I
it would
think
be.
Akira,
I think
but
it'd be.
Adolf is straight up. I think he's gonna die. Like, I think he's gonna die for something like really stupid.
His name's Adolf. You can't die like a bitch. Well, actually, you can.
I don't know. Like,
There was another Adolf that
I-
died like a bitch.
I had a lot of after watching, like, say, if I had to watch up to episode 6, and my assumptions will be probably the same as you guys, but reading the manga 6th chapter, like from Bug 2, no matter how cool they make a character, they will die.
Yeah, like the only like I can see that the only thing is like I see Adolf as expendable. I see American lady, what's her name, Michelle.
Yeah.
I see Michelle is expendable.
The captain?
I see like the captain can die,
The captain
but
can die.
not anytime soon.
The captain
like-
could die. He's one of those where he's gonna pass the torch because he already
Yeah.
survived.
He's gonna die,
In a productive
but
manner.
not before.
Not before, like, all
the girl who's in love with him dies. Like the girl who's in love with him.
Oh,
is
she's
gonna
so
die
fucked.
in a horrible one of them is gonna do like a heroic act or something really tragic is gonna happen between them. One of them is gonna be like fucking in half and bleeding out, and then confirm the other one's love. Like, as she's fucking, her intestines are just streaming out on the floor.
You knew that was gonna happen. It's like, why don't you tell him? It's like, you better tell him because you're not getting a chance later. It's
like,
oh,
don't
it's
tell
too
him.
late.
Just
Too
don't
late.
tell him. Don't fucking bother, bro. And
Yeah,
like,
at this point,
it's
it's too late.
like, but we have to see that storyline go through, and we also have to see that the captain needs to explain his backstory with bartender dude before. Like, once we get that dude's like backstory with the bartender, it was like, oh yeah,
Clock strikes.
down.
It's over.
I don't think it'll show it in I don't think it would tell. I don't know how far into the manga, but I know that it won't tell much about the bartender dude because that was part of the 6th chapter in volume 1 of the manga. You kind of know who he was in chapter 6 or chapter 1 through 6 because that was before. Because you already have speculations that Honda dude used to be part of UNASA, and he did something to fuck up, and that's why this guy's hunting him, right? So it's just like, it's kind of based on the past rather than not like how he influenced the beginning. Actually, maybe I don't know. There's a lot.
Another trope I noticed right now is like, the worst enemy of humans is humans. Like, the plan actually had a chance of working, but of course there's this conspiracy now. It's like, how'd they get on the ship in the first place? Now you have to do this weird Plan D thing where everyone's separating. It's like,
yeah, that D.
It's like the plan could have worked, but someone got greedy or someone had some stupid thought and said, "Let's fuck it up and we'll get like more samples or something." You know what I mean?
Right outside you.
What?
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 I don't know.
I think this is a very good point to stop, and I think we should
Continue.
recap right after 4.
Okay.
Because
Watch one more and then come back.
4 is basically going to answer a lot of questions that you guys just brought up.
This has been Terra Formars, the companion discussion.